And on this episode of DeFi, money, and everything else, some of you might know it as the YaBonks show sometimes, but today is episode 21, and there is a lot of stuff going on in both the DeFi world as well as the crypto space in general. And my co-hosts, Austin and Enrique, are out at the moment. Enrique won't be joining us today because of business, and Austin will be joining us here in a little bit. He is getting ready, but I wanted to start the show on time today for everybody. I know things have been a little crazy with the holidays lately, and we've had quite a few marathon live streams on Christmas and New Year, if you remember, where we raised a lot of money for the community as well as for charity. Now, before I get into all that, I have a very special guest joining us right now. Are you all ready for this? We've got the man himself off the house. What's up, man?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am wonderful. It's great being back in the studio doing work.
I missed you, bro.
Yeah, it's been quite a while, man. It's like every single time we either had a podcast scheduled or something happened, it's like I'm either traveling or we're doing something. So yeah, but it's good to be back in it.
Well, I'm glad you're here. This is a lot of fun for me to do every week, and I know the holidays are a tough time to coordinate things. A lot going on. How was your Christmas and New Year? Did you do anything special?
Yeah, just seen family. Honestly, just traveled across because I got family in so many different places. So it's like during the holidays, dude, I'm just like a black void traveling to all these different places. So, but yeah, that was mostly it. Didn't go anywhere crazy.
Yeah.
I would ask the same thing, but you know, you were, I could kind of see what you were doing for like hours.
I did the normal family stuff, and we did some special things for the animals. We like made them special treats on Christmas and things like that. But after the family stuff with my wife, I did a video call with my family in Ohio. So now that I'm far away from everybody, that's about as good as it gets. For meeting with my family, but it made me realize, there are a lot of people out there that might not have someone to spend Christmas or New Year with. And on Christmas, it hit me like, man, probably a ton of people. Like I got thousands of people that watch my videos, and I wonder if any of them are sitting there on Christmas lonely, just like wanting someone to hang out with. So I was like, right. Screw it. I'll just randomly start a live stream, and people just kept joining. And it was a 15-hour live stream. We had hundreds of people join throughout the show. Thousands have watched it now. At one point, we had almost 100 people live, I think, during the show, which was like crazy for me. Never experienced anything like that. It was fantastic, dude. And like the community just kept giving money to my like giveaway wallet. And then I just kept doing giveaways. And organically, the community alone raised $3,000 in giveaways to give as Christmas presents to other random members of the community in these giveaway contests I was doing. And it was just a really special thing, really cool to be a part of. And then I did the same thing on New Year with basically the same results. 13 hours long, $3,000+ were raised, plus $1,000 extra towards my friend's animal sanctuary that just got hit with a giant vet bill that they weren't expecting, and they raised like $1,000 for them. And I'm going to be going and doing kind of like an Austin Clark Operation Give Back episode of my show where I'm going. What's that?
Are you going to do burpees?
No, I'm going to do like a Mr. Beast style thing where I'm going to move all the money from the donations, and I'm going to like transfer it using Spritz to our bank account, or like our animal sanctuary bank account. And then I'm either going to write a check or just go to the bank and be like, give me hundreds of dollars in cash. And then I'm going to just record. I'm going to have my wife just record me going to our friend's animal sanctuary that just got hit with this huge bill and be like, here, this is from the DeFi crypto community, and just hand them like, I don't know, we're probably over $700, over $1,000, somewhere around there. I think we're over 1,000 now if I add in everything, but just to give them $1,000 cash and be like, here you go, from the DeFi community that you barely know exist. You don't understand. She's like, they're like, what is a crypto and your YouTube channel about? I don't get any of this. And I'm like, it's a weird space, but there's some good people out here, and it'll be cool to like show some of that goodness in the form of a big donation. It'll make it for a cool show, kind of like your one thing, Operation Give Back, that you do.
Yeah, that's gonna be sweet, man. I literally just used spritz 2 days ago, and
really,
I got a video I seen because I was doing a Twitter Spaces with them a few days ago, and I seen it was so funny because I was on Discord and I seen your little status on Discord saying editing spritz AMA, and I was like, oh my god, look at that, look how coincidental. So I'm actually rendering that video.
Company. I just finished rendering that video before this. I'm gonna upload it after our live stream here. So yeah, super solid company. Not like the degen stuff we're used to talking about as much. They've got investors from like Polygon, like executive level investors. They got like a CTO from Coinbase invested in them. They did like a $2 million raise, traditional raise too, not NFT raise or some crap like that. Like they did a real private round of funding for their company. I'm excited about that, dude. It makes my life so much better. Like,
well, I just paid all my bills. It's literally what I have been preaching. It's what I've been preaching this entire time. We have these businesses in Web3. We have these people in Web3 that want to make these projects that have a good idea. They have a solid fundamental thing, like a solid business model. And they're like, let's have a token. Let's have let's have a place that people can then earn money when it's not even about the fundamental of what the heck. Like, bro, have a product, they make money from the fees, USDC, or I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's a stable coin of some kind, or USD, I don't know. And that's a profitable business. And who else is off ramping and being able to pay bills in the crypto space? Like I haven't seen anybody do that where you could just pay any bill. Like obviously we got crypto refills that you can do gift cards, but we had my situation that I was telling you about where I didn't know this. I got like $2,000 worth of Amazon gift cards, and Amazon has this funny little threshold that they're not really clear with what it is. And they'll be like, hey, if you try this again, we're going to block your account. Oh yeah, but you can't move your money out of it. So you're just stuck with Amazon balance gift cards.
You did tell me about that. And I worry about it every single time. Every time I do it, because I do like $500 at a time, and I'm always just like, come on, don't ban my account, because I use Amazon for everything, right? I'm 30 minutes from the nearest town, so we don't go shopping. Like we have to order everything online, realistically, and it's just like such a lifesaver, time saver. If Amazon banned my account, I'd be screwed, bro. So like you told me that story, I'm like, oh hell no. Luckily,
I was
$500 a week.
I was buying this computer.
Oh yeah, that's right. But you appealed it, and they saw you were a real person, so they're like, all right, we'll give you another shot, right?
Well, no. So literally, what happened was I thought I was going to be banned. Like I thought I was screwed, and it said we are not going to accredit your account or whatever. But then, like, I gave it a few hours, and then my balance it was just there again. So I was like, well, shoot, let me try to buy like a small item. So I bought a small item. It was fine. So I realized it was like around that $500 that you're fine. So I had to take my Amazon gift card money, buy Best Buy gift cards on Amazon with the gift card balance, and then take that. And then I bought this PC from Best Buy. So it all worked out in the end, but never doing it again. Yeah, it was fun. I had to, and I also did it in $500 increments. So I did 3 $500 Best Buy gift cards.
So
It was
that
crazy,
is
dude.
a warning to anybody using Amazon gift cards. They will flag your account at a certain level or for certain size purchases, right? So I have not been going over $500 a week. Once a week, I'll do a $500 Amazon gift card, and that's it. If I really have to, if we bought like Christmas, we bought some extra stuff for family and whatnot, so our budget was a little higher. I put like 750, about 700, 750 over, and it was okay. But I was pushing it. I could feel it. Like I was like, don't Austin Clark me, Amazon. Come on.
Don't Austin Clark me.
That's what they're calling it
Oh
these
my
days,
gosh.
I think.
Yeah, is that what
Give
they're
me
saying?
one- Yeah, I think so. Give me 1 sec. I just need to. You can still see and hear me, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Man, living out here in the country, I'm always playing with like antennas and satellites and hotspots to get the ideal phone setup for internet.
Bro, how do you use a hotspot and still the picture quality is great? Like that's nuts.
Dude, technology's wild these days. Like, even on 4G, I do my streams. If 5G doesn't work because T-Mobile decides to throttle me or deprioritize me, I'll hop over to their 4G connection and my IP address will change and they won't be able to find me for a while. So I'll be good again. But, dude, I get super fast speeds on 4G and 5G. I'm sometimes pulling 50 megabits per second down. It's pretty amazing. I'm also looking at Starlink. They might have an option for me finally in my area, and that would be
That'd
sweet.
be pretty cool.
Now, so I've been hanging out with Cyril a lot. I know you and Cyril are close. Cyril's
Yeah.
one of my favorite people out here, I think.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
I've gotten to so cool. I've gotten to know him a lot over the past few weeks. Like he really helped me out with a bunch of random stuff. And then we did our onlyburns AMA. And I hung out with him for like 10 hours. It was like a 9.5 hour long video call.
Yeah, he said that.
we recorded like 4 hours of AMA during it. And it was super cool hanging out with that guy. Super bright guy. Seems like he's like a super good dude, you know? And he's been helping me with a whole bunch of stuff, including like showing me his like trading strategy. And I wish Enrique was here so we could compare their strategies. You know what? We should do a special episode one time with Cyril on when Enrique's here and have them discuss their different TA strategies because they're both super successful traders and they use completely different methodologies and they both work. What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Cyril,
he's in our trading channel on Cardinal Crew. I mean, the dude's literally he's literally always posting just insane gains, and it's just, you know, it's normal stuff, and mostly all it is following a few different little indicators with watching moving averages, seeing different pattern setups. I mean, the dude literally can look at a chart, and I'm still studying all these different patterns, and he'll be like, yeah, that's a blah 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 hoop-de-loop and pull pattern. I'm like, how do you memorize these things? Like, it's crazy. Like, it's nuts, man.
Yeah, no, he's next level. Like, I always thought I was, you know, good at math compared to my peers. Like in college, at my university, in engineering school, I was always really, you know, top of the class in terms of like testing results and stuff. But dude, Cyril just makes me feel like an idiot. Like, not even trying to like flatter the guy if he ever watches this, but dude, he's like next level brainy when it comes to that stuff, where I can't even like his brain works so fast.
Yeah, he's actually going to be in our beta group with these chirps that we've been doing, where, dude, it's been pretty crazy, and he I think he's tried some out. He's even got some success with them. But essentially, they're like these alerts that I have connected to TradingView. and they're different bots that send alerts, and I have the webhook set up in Discord. Dude, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, you've seen them. You're in there, and dude, it's been insanely good. And I'm excited to have that. We're unleashing that probably around beginning of
What are they
February.
called? They're called chirps.
Yeah, cardinal chirps.
Yeah,
Get it?
I get it. Yeah. Hey, shout out to Nathan. What's up, Nathan? Thanks for joining us. Now, I know a lot of our regulars right now are listening to the onlyburns AMA that's going on at the exact same time. Are you listening to it as we're speaking? I know they've got a big announcement they're making.
I was in it, and I hopped on over here. I don't even know what the announcement is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either, but I'm looking forward to it. That project kind of was under the radar for a while, but all of a sudden it's being talked about. People are excited about it. One thing I talked to Cyril about during our very long conversation, I'm like, Cyril, this project's awesome. It's a super cool idea. I can't believe people haven't done this before. It's an actual like utility type situation that we have, but it's convoluted. There's no need for this other token you've got. Can you simplify it so that way I can explain this in one sentence? And he was just like, yeah, actually that makes a ton of sense. And he just rolled the functionality of the second token into the Oburn token. Now it's just like one token, and it's just like, oh, it makes so much sense to just be like hyper-deflationary Oburn token that will be potentially going up in price and burning other projects' tokens at the same time. And that narrative now is out there, flying around. People are talking about it. Everybody's trying to get those NFTs and stuff. It makes me super happy because I know they've been working on this for months and months, but only a few, only close friends of his knew about that project. But now I got people DMing me all the time about it, asking how they can use it to save their bags, like Drip or Titano and stuff like that. And I don't know, that'd be kind of cool if Cyril created something. If it gets popular enough, it could actually have the community take action to deflate their bags in these inflationary protocols we all kind of got stuck in for a while.
Yeah. And I was in his, well, I still am. I'm in his little private Discord, and the dude has been working on literally just the art alone, not even how it works, just literally the art of the different tiers, NFTs. And he would just be like, hey, what do y'all think about this? What'd you think about this? And he would just be very meticulous. And fun fact, I'm actually, oh, my camera froze. Hold on.
Oh no.
Here we go.
That hasn't happened in a while.
It wouldn't be a normal stream unless my camera messes up. But if you go and look at the tier 1, 2, and 3s, I was actually the person that gave him the idea of tier 1s, because he created the tier 3 and the 2s, with the witch doctor, and he wanted to have that theme. And I was like, well, why don't you make it a patient 0, right? And he was like, oh my God, yeah. So then that's why it kind of looks like a patient that's on fire and smoking and stuff.
I love the flame fire cultist. Austin, did you see the art that I made? So I do my own thumbnails and they take me forever. Most people outsource that kind of thing, but I spent 3 hours doing my onlyburns thumbnail art, and I'm going to show you what I came up with. This was, I only have permission to share this, guys, because Cyril finally gave me permission. I wanted to use it for my AIM. He said no, because I used it of his that I'd done the internet when I was doing my due diligence on him. And I created the most badass thumbnail. He didn't want to use it, so I had to use my second best one, which was still super awesome. One of my best pieces yet to date. And that's the thumbnail you see. But here, I'm going to share it with you guys. You're gonna see a masterpiece right here, okay? Boom. There it is. Check it out.
Oh, that's sick. Is that Cyril?
That's Cyril, bro. I'm telling you.
Dude, that is crazy. That looks like
Isn't
a
that
cover
awesome?
photo for like a heavy metal band or something.
I told him if you ever create an album, he wants to create a music album with Dave Fi, one of my moderators in my server, and I told him please use this as the cover art for that album. But yeah, this thing was like my crowning achievement of that AMA, and I sent it to Cyril, and he's like, "Oh God, no! Don't show that to anyone," and because he's got like long black hair down to his shoulders. Like this is like a 13-year-old picture I found of him, right? And I'm like, dude, you have nothing to be ashamed of, bro. You got glorious hair and a six-pack, and I put flames shooting out all around you. People are gonna love it. And yeah, so anyway, he now gave me permission to share this picture like this, so I use it all the time to embarrass him.
Yeah, Nate said Marilyn Manson. That is so, dude. That's crazy. That's good. I like it. I dig it.
Yeah, I definitely think this was my favorite thumbnail I've ever made. I'm just getting better and better. That's one thing I don't want to outsource with this YouTube thing, because my click-through conversion rate on my onlyburns AMA is better than any other video. So what I learned is just put flames on everything.
Oh yeah, dude, flames in the investing niches is like a hack. You see Graham Stephan and Andre G do it all. Oh, and Meet Kevin. They all three do it like every video almost.
Yeah. Oh man. So is your camera not working now?
Dude, I have no idea. It keeps like every time I'm like previewing it, it's just froze. I don't know what's going on.
We need to get you a new camera, dude. We've been saying that since Titano days.
Well, it's not the camera, because why? Because I had like 5 different compliments from my previous video, and it was like, yeah, your camera quality looks so much better. It's a program that I'm running that is connected to my camera via webcam that like makes it focus using my hard drive. It's crazy. It's so cool. And ever since I've been using it, it's great. But sometimes the software just makes it all freeze. So I just yeah, and it's gonna take like forever to get it fixed back. So I'm gonna rock the voice now.
Nate said he's tuning in from Kentucky, and if you guys didn't know, Nate is a land baron in Kentucky, as we've determined in the members only section of our Discord server. He was sharing pictures of his property. Gorgeous, super beautiful property he's got. We've got David tuning in from Austin. Hey David, thanks. I believe it was you who put up a very generous donation for the New Year giveaway. For you gave up a whole e-share, I think. If I'm not mistaken, that was you, right? I don't know if you wanted me to share that or not, but that's what I heard behind the scenes. So thanks for the generous donations to the community. You made somebody super happy. Chris said, "Land of the Long White Cloud, New Zealand." Nice. Austin, have you ever left the country? Have you ever left the continental United States?
Yeah, I've been to Hawaii, Jamaica, Bahamas, and well, I don't know if Canada doesn't count. So, in Alaska. Yeah, so I've been to a few.
Awesome, man. You've been all over the place. Was a lot of that for with the military?
No, none of that was. I've been over the Atlantic for the military. It was over in Georgia, the country. I tell people all the time, they're like, "Georgia's a country?" Yes, it's a country. So I went over there, got to go around Iran and those places. But Hawaii, all that stuff was vacation. I never did anything like that for the military.
Gotcha. Cool, man. You're well traveled. The only place I've ever been is Canada and Dubai. This year.
Dude, you went to Dubai, man. I've always wanted to go to Dubai, New Zealand, and I've always wanted to go to Paris. I want to go to Italy, dude. I want to go to so many different places.
All right, we're gonna try to convince Chris L to put us up to let's crash on his couch and floor in New Zealand, and then we'll go visit New Zealand. Let's go. Yeah.
I have another buddy.
do...
He's actually a YouTube friend from New Zealand.
Who's that?
He doesn't really post a lot anymore, but his name was Art of Finance. He was posting a lot probably around this time last year, but he doesn't really post a lot anymore. But yeah, he's from New Zealand too.
Nice, cool. And I got another one of our YouTube friends out here, Sean Clark, Good Day Crypto. I really like that guy. He's just a stand-up fellow. Yeah, he's always posting pictures and videos of Australia, where he's from, and it's just gorgeous, man. Now, have you?
I don't really ever have ambitions to go to Australia because the pictures of the spiders terrify me.
Oh my god, I know everything in Australia.
And snakes in toilets, dude. I'm terrified of that. It's like one of my biggest fears, bro.
Dude, Australia is like the world's. Australia is like the world's Florida, basically.
I've only been to Fort Myers in Florida, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, it's awesome down here, dude. I could never move back up north after this. I'm super spoiled down here with, like, I was outside shirtless today with the animals, and it's January 6th. Are you in any of these bonk tokens?
You asked me what? Am I in bonk tokens?
Yeah, have you seen all these like meme tokens that are trending?
Yeah, so I traded. I posted a tweet today. So I attempted to trade bonk yesterday very poorly. I lost like 300 and some bucks. It was terrible. So learned my lesson to never trade hype tokens ever again. I'm just sticking. I think Nate knows what I'm talking about. He was in there. Yeah, it wasn't fun. I seen Cyril was making bank yesterday, and I was like, dude, I don't know how you guys are doing this.
He closed that trade on a video call with me. I was talking to him before I went on Dow King's show last night. Me and Cyril went on Dow King's show to talk about the YaBonks token that Cyril created. And before we got on the show, so I was like, let me just close my trade on Bonk token on MEXC. Dude, he made 380% on that trade.
Yep.
Like 380%. Yep. Like he I think he increased his portfolio by like 20% on that one trade.
Did he tell you the challenge he's doing where he's turning $20 into like I think 1,000 or something?
No, he didn't. That sounds super cool though.
Yeah, so right now he's up to like 400 and some bucks. So like he's just doubled his money like very many times. Like the dude is a very good trader.
Yeah, for real, bro. His still trades he's got open. Like just hearing the numbers he's still not giving
yearly salaries in one trade.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm trying to get on his level and do more trading, but this DeFi business just doesn't slow down, even in the bear market. It's wild. Look who we got. We got Dow King here.
In the church channel, bro.
What's that?
I said you're in the Cardinal crew, bro. Look at the chirps channel, man.
I know. I need to start doing that. I've also got Enrique posting his setups in my members only section. Yep. Cyril said he's gonna start sharing some ideas in the members section there. So it's like I've got all this super valuable information at my fingertips. I just need to carve out dedicated time, like one day, to just like taking the information, set up the trades, execute, and then not like get obsessed with it all day, every day. Yeah, we got Dow King saying Austin day trades the YaBonks token.
The YaBonks token. Yeah, I seen that.
Did you see that yet? This is hilarious, you guys.
Yeah, it had like $1 million market cap at one point, right? It was crazy.
Yeah, let me pull it up on Dex Tools. It shows the market cap here. The market cap of YaBonks tokens, $106 million. No big deal, guys. No big deal.
It is it's pretty crazy though. So now you have your everlasting mark in crypto where you can just search YaBonks and it's like there you go. Search YaBonks on Dex Screener and you're famous.
Wait a sec. I'm looking at the wrong one. I look up YaBonks token here on Binance Smart Chain because there's the one on Polygon. That's what Cyril first created, and then he moved it over to Binance Smart Chain, and Dow King helped him set it up on Command Swap. So look at this. It's got $6.73 million market cap, but only $5,300 in liquidity. So my advice is don't trade this, you guys. Don't trade it. It's a terrible idea. But they did set it up to be a generous kind of donation thing where the buy taxes go to the Animal Sanctuary donation wallet. And that's a nice thing they did. But my advice, I don't financial advice, but I would say don't trade it. It's super degen. It doesn't do anything. I just give some donations back to my sanctuary. And I have no control over this. It's community led. So, but yeah, I had a good show with Dow King and Cyril last night talking about these liquidity games with market cap that these projects play, where they're like, oh, our market cap's $20 million, but they've got, squat for liquidity. So like, it's not really true. You know what I mean?
Right.
Now,
I think as far as market, I mean, it's hard to use pretty much any technical analysis indicator or metric. Okay. So in this case, market cap, it's pretty, I hate, like, honestly, one of my biggest pet peeves is watching people do TA on anything that's a DeFi token. I don't care what it is. It's like, I mean, really, like the only way I've personally ever used market cap in DeFi was like, what's my potential on earning an X amount of money? Like if I'm in a DeFi project that's early and it's, $1 million market cap, but it's a true project and it has potential to be a $10 million market cap, even though it's still stupid small, you can, make a decent chunk of money like that. But I wouldn't just judge a project by that. YaBonks token has more utility than 99. Yep, that's true right there.
That's hilarious. Apparently, Cyril made it to be hyper deflationary. I think it's like a 5 or 10% burn tax. So if you sell it, it all gets burnt. The tax all gets burnt. If you buy it, it gets donated. If you sell it, it gets burnt. So it's deflationary. Man, we should create a fun game. If you like stake it or something, I don't know. I don't really have control over it, but those guys are all like asking me ideas and stuff. I think we could come up with something fun. Now, Nate said chirps are on fire. Austin, could you explain real quick? We have a lot more people tuned in now from when we were talking earlier. What exactly is a chirp again?
Yeah. Here, let me share my screen. It'd be good to just show.
Okay.
But okay, so I just clicked the button. So I was doing TA on the YaBonks token. So as you see, before I explain chirps, we're in a channeling uptrend here. We have some, it's kind of RS. No, I'm just totally joking. So these are the chirps here. So essentially what it is, this is one of the many things we offer the premium group. So we just call it cardinal chirps, right? Because we're the cardinal house. So a lot of other places, they'd call it like alerts, like a trading alert. So we just called it cardinal chirp. And what it is I try to be as transparent as possible. We show both wins and losses. We don't win every single trade. We've been on fire today, though. We got we got a Bitcoin scalp. We had an Aave scalp still in this short. And what it does is I have different TradingView bots that I have connected to these webhooks that I have in here. So like you see this XRP 9-minute scalp sniper, ETH scalps, all these different ones. And sometimes I'll do TAs like this one right here. We had a really successful Litecoin short. Like if I have different TA that I drop, we got into a short here. And then right here took a nice win from that one. And then I obviously explain. So in these setups, these alerts, anything that drops here, some of it's automated, not 95% of it's automated. Another 5%'s, my TA, like in this situation. And then I just explain in the trading chat exactly why I'm getting into this position. I don't give financial advice. I don't tell people get into these trades. This is not an indicator for you to just blindly trade on. I use this as an added benefit to people that join the Cardinal crew, and a lot of people's been enjoying it, as you see here in the trading P&L. Oh yeah, Mexi glitched. So for an instant, so I was like 400 grand richer right here, but it glitched. But as you can see, people have been doing really well from just trying to practice the principles we've been showing in the trading chat. The stuff Cyril drops. Cyril has a little channel here that he drops stuff on. I drop different reports. I give early access to my videos. And it's been really cool. And if you actually do want to check it out, like if you're like, this guy's blowing smoke, he's probably lying. He's probably not showing losses. We show losses all the time. You can go in here. We just very rarely take a loss, so that's why I'm trying to find a loss to show you. But if you go over here to mission or membership info, there's a thread here, and I drop weekly reports here of how these chirps are doing, and we haven't had a bad week yet. I think the lowest we had was like a 74% win rate. So we've been doing really good, and I think it's a hidden gem, honestly, that a lot of people's been using. I know Nate's in there all the time, liking them up and talking about them. But yeah, it's been really sweet.
Awesome, man. I'll have to check those out. I do need to get back to trading some more because I've just been so caught up in like DeFi and smart contracts and DEXs and staking pools and liquidity pools, all this stuff, and content creation and community building. But I do need to get back to trading because even in a bear market, there's so much money to be made. And then look at this. All right. So I'm also getting into fine art, you guys. If you can see, here's my greatest piece yet. I'm a regular old Banksy, and this will probably be selling for a few $1,000,000. Once I make it an NFT, we'll see that happen. But yeah, thanks for sharing the thing on the chirps. I'm going to check that out. I love people sharing information like that. I think that's super cool. And for the record, like you said, disclaimer, that's not like a call group or like a pump group or anything like that.
Nope. Trade high liquidity tokens. I don't do like, hey, buy BOK token so that way you can be my exit liquidity. Now we regularly trade Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, Aave. I think that's about it. Yeah, just basic trading, I tried to make it as educational as possible because honestly, Cyril was the main spark that was like, no pun intended, only burns. He was the guy that was like, dude, you need to get into trading, man. You need to stop with this Ponzi project bullcrap. And for the longest time, I just didn't listen to him. And I was like, dude, it's seriously like, it's a tool that I think anybody should learn, because even if you don't want to trade, if you don't want to stare at charts, obviously there's trading bots out there that you can use too. But even if you don't want to do none of that, it's just helpful to know if you want to invest either in stocks or in crypto, how to look at a chart, because that's the true community sentiment. If we're talking DeFi and projects and just crypto in general, that's your community sentiment. Don't fall into the cult bullcrap. Literally just look at a chart. That is the true community sentiment. If there's how to read how a project is doing or how an asset is doing within, the stock market. And I mean, it's even with my dividend portfolio, right? Like ever since I've been kind of learning how to read a chart, how to look at technical analysis, stuff like that, instead of me just blindly putting in, a few $100 a day or whatever that I sometimes do in my dividend portfolio, I'll wait until I find a buying opportunity, and then I'll just, get more bang for my buck, aka more dividends per share that I get into. So it's definitely just something I think everybody should really understand, even at a basic level.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's applicable to any kind of wealth planning for the rest of your life, basically. So if you learn this early, I mean, there's no time that's too late to start learning about charts and technical analysis and how markets work, especially assets traded on markets with order books, with perpetuals, options, all those things, and how those all play in. And like DeFi is so weird because it's different, right? Like if you're looking at the market cap of a DeFi project and they're playing these weird liquidity pool games where they can skew not only their liquidity value, but their market cap as well, then you're not getting a clear picture of what you're analyzing. And it's not like the stock market, like market cap in the stock market is different than in some of these DeFi things. Like we were saying, I was a billionaire, quote unquote, a few days ago on paper because of the YaBonks token they created, where they jacked the market cap up to like $1 billion, but even though there's only a few $1,000s of liquidity in there of like actual value tokens. And that's how people like Richard Hart from Hex claim to be a billionaire, because on paper, he can make it look like he's a billionaire because of the market cap of Hex. But there's not nearly even close to that amount of liquidity if he were to even sell what he has. So it's all good stuff to know. And like, so the DeFi stuff's separate. Like these are kind of shenanigans and experimental stuff that we're in DeFi, but in, traditional trading and markets and stocks, commodities, Forex, all that stuff, futures, you can use those skills over and over and over again in all these different arenas.
Yeah. And especially lately, like you I know you hit me up earlier. We won't say names, but there's projects out there now claiming to use bots that do per X percent. I mean, obviously Stable Fund was the major one that kind of led that charge. But I mean, as I just showed you in those P&L screenshots, I mean, if you learn how to just basic trade, like, yeah, you're going to lose trades. Like we do take losses, but the whole point is to win more than you lose, just like anything. And you could easily, if you just learn and stay disciplined and don't trade on hype like I did yesterday and got wrecked, you can make 1%. You can make 1% on a trade easy, 2% on trade easy. Now, can you do that day by day by day? Probably not. But can you do it most days than not? Probably.
Croc,
if
hey,
you learn.
sorry.
Oh, Croc, yeah. I said the cuss word. I said the trigger word.
You said Stable Fund, and Croc comes out of the woodwork like,
Hey, he did say, Michael did come in that chat and said in about 15 days, I guess 14 now, there's going to be a landing page to request a refund. But, we all know how his track record is.
Well, Croc, the community came around and Croc won $100 during one of our New Year giveaways. So hopefully, Croc, that takes a little bit of the sting off of I forget how many tens of thousands of dollars you lost in Stable Fund. Shit, man. You guys remember that episode? Austin, do you remember that episode we did where we just like picked apart Stable Fund and like found all their like weird shady info online? And
dude, that was like a 5-hour podcast. That was so long.
Yeah. And I bet you
we have people coming from the Telegram.
I bet you people would be interested in that information now that they're saying, they got all weird again. Hopefully they do the refunds that they've been saying they're going to be doing for months. Yeah, Dow King said refund will be in Stable Fund USD or real money. Yeah, exactly. I don't trust any of it. Now, Don YXD said, curious to know how much ROI is Austin making monthly? Yeah, Austin, are you willing to share some of your numbers that you've been hitting over the past couple months, if you have any idea?
Absolutely. Here, let me show my screen.
Okay.
This is because I try to be as public as possible, or as transparent as possible when it comes to like these chirps, because I literally trade, I'd say 90% off of the different chirps that I have, and then 10% off like, hey, I see this opportunity, let me get into it. So these reports, we have almost, yeah, we have about a month of reports. That's roughly around the time I started like 100% going all in on this trading. Oh, here, I didn't know. I thought I was sharing my screen. There we go. So you can even do this, right? All you got to do, this is public. You don't have to be a member to see this. You go to the membership info, click any of these chirps reports. I actually owe last week's report, so it'll be dropping here soon. And then obviously this week will be dropping here soon. So we should have 5 by Sunday. We just have 3 right now. It's because I've been tracking every single day. So you open up any of these, and then here we go. Oh, hold on. Why is it doing that? It should just open up as a web page. Why is it? Give me a second. I don't know why it's doing that. It was open with. Can I just do Word then? Oh, it's because it was a Google Doc and it's wanting to download. Hold on. Give me a second here. I'm glad I'm actually testing this out real time because I thought everybody was able to open that. No one said they had issues. Open it up here on Google Docs because what I did was I'd save it as a PDF from Google Docs.
Now, are you doing it like this so it's going to be like a big surprise, like, wow, you're killing it? Or is it going to be like, are you just trying to be accurate?
I mean, I've been doing okay. It's not like, oh my gosh, I have a Lambo or anything. But definitely, can you see his screen?
Yeah, Don, the resolution is poor on my end too. So I'm not sure if that's just the upload speed with the screen sharing on his end or what. But no, I agree. It looked fuzzy to me too. Now I know, Austin, a few maybe 2 months ago, month ago, when you, me, and Enrique were having our backstage discussions about some of this stuff, you guys were like sharing some of your trading numbers, and I know Enrique's is just like unreal, but you were saying you were pulling some crazy numbers, like more than 1,000 a week. Like, I don't want to like speak for you, but if I remember correctly, you said
from the trading bot.
Some weeks you said you were making $2 or $3 grand a week. Was that right?
I never said that.
Okay, I was hallucinating then. All right, just making sure.
I wish I was making that kind of money.
Oh man, got it. Okay.
No, I'm sharing my screen though. No, if you want to.
Yeah, let me pull it back up.
There we go. So this is what it's supposed to pull up. I'm not sure why. I'm going to have to figure out what the heck's going on there. So this is like what the reports look like. So I literally just screenshot with the timestamp of like when the chirps come out.
Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in a lot on Microsoft Word? Like, yeah. Just keep zooming in because it's super blurry on our end. So the bigger, the better.
Does that look good?
It looks better. It's a little more understandable. And it might be how the stream was set up before we launched, but let's run with this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not sure.
No, it's okay.
Do you pay for the like $30 like the HD version or whatever?
I do, but I had it set to I do. I just had it set to 720 because I was having latency. I was having bandwidth issues the other day, and I forgot to reset it back to 1080. But just explain to us what we're seeing here.
Yeah, so right here, so it's chirp number 1. So I have it highlighted green if it was a win, and then I have it highlighted red if it was a loss. And then for right here, it looks like 1444p. We can listen to. Yeah, I promise you can go there and check. I'm not sure, of course, it wouldn't be a stream if I didn't have technical issues, but you can go here and literally look at what I'm looking at. But so it's green if it was a win, it's red if it's a loss. And what I have here is all I do is I take screenshots of when the chirp is made. So right here, it says Matic long-term swing. This is from the webhook bot. So then all I do is if I personally take the trade, I'll screenshot me getting into the trade with, you know, what it's doing or whatever. And then I'll post the results of like, okay, I made 15% on this trade. Chirp number 2. This is a good example of, I'll be very transparent if I personally take a loss, but so the bot actually took a win. And this is just me still, of course, learning trading and stuff where it's like, okay, I probably shouldn't have, I probably should have just stayed into the trade. So I went long on ETH. My take profit was 12.12. My stop loss was 11.41. So I was experiencing some pretty decent drawdown. For anybody that don't know, that's just like on paper I was down, but I wasn't at a loss yet. So I actually took a loss. So I know you probably can't see this, but on the screenshot, it was very close to hitting my stop loss. So I personally took the loss and got out, but it actually, Ethereum came back and the bot itself took a win, but I personally took the loss there. So, hey, what's up, Serenity? See, Serenity's in the crew as well. So I personally got out and took a loss, but the bot took a 19.3% gain. Here's another one, Chirp 3. It's green. Yeah. Win number 2, 19.3% gain, 10x leverage. Shorting XRP. This XRP bot, by the way, is like the highest winning. It has like a crazy high win percentage right now. It's been doing really good. 7.7% gain. Chirp number 5. So this is like what the report looks like. But if you scroll all the way down, I summarized the entire report. So that week we had 7 wins, 1 loss, 8 trades in total, 87.5% win rate. And so what you can do is literally, and I'll have a monthly report that I still need to put together, and I'm going to combine all of this data into one monthly report and show if I started with $1,000, what would be that true ROI with both the wins and the losses.
That's awesome. Very cool, man. I love that. Nate makes a good point. He said, what's good about Chirps is Austin is transparent and shows real data. Everything, no secrets. So yeah, I appreciate you showing your losses as well. So a lot of times people just cherry pick their wins.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the cool thing with the Chirps is it's not like, so if anybody's very new to trading, especially with TradingView has indicators galore. Like you can find any indicator out there. Some indicators, they'll do this thing called repaint where depending on the price action, it will repaint the signal. So that way, when you go back in time, it looks like it was like the perfect setup. Right. But then, so you got to be very careful with that. So these bot indicators that I have on my TradingView, it activates real time. So as soon as it takes a trade, it sends a signal to the Chirps Discord. So everybody can literally see, oh yeah, it got into the trade. It's not like, oh no, let me go back and you know what I mean? So everybody sees.
That's a cool idea. You've got automated
trading rule.
That's like automated like that. That's pretty cool. Now we got a couple questions here. And real quick, before we answer those, I just want to say, for the other YouTubers that popped in here today, they're all really cool. Go check out Serenity at Down Home Crypto. Go check out Good Day Crypto, Sean Clark. Also, go check out Dow King. They're all good friends of mine, and I want to support them as well. So go subscribe to their channel. Check out their content if you haven't already. And Serenity's got a big live show coming tomorrow. He's real pumped about it. It's going to be a good one. All right, now let's go to the numbers, Austin. Crypto Knight said you're making 0.01% per week. I'm assuming that's facetious. I'm assuming he's kind of, messing with you a bit there. He said, got it. Thanks, Austin. Where do I sign up? And then Don said, did I miss the weekly ROI percent? So in order to answer both of those comments, do you have an idea of how much you made, like, for instance, like last week or the week before in terms of ROI?
That's honestly a great point that I should probably add that on the report of like percentage. But if I do the math real quick, I could definitely tell you based on, because this is last week's report that I'm looking at right now. But yeah, I could definitely tell you in a little bit. I'm doing the math right now on my calculator.
Cool. Is it 2% per day? Because if it's less than 2% per day, man, I don't want anything to do with it. I want guaranteed 2% per day. It's not a Ponzi. I want it to be sustainable. I want you to show me all the trades. All right. Man, some of these projects are like, they're crazy, dude.
Yep. And
Like if
especially
you're
when you get
trading
into it,
bot,
you're like, and especially where I used it. Oh, I didn't show my trading bots. Yeah. So here, let me share my screen one more time because I want to share this one because this is the one bot that if you guys go to like the second episode of DME, it was either the first or second, I got into Astrobit like right then and there. And this is the one that I've been using literally since inception. It's called Cinnamon Toast. So you see right here, and I just called it Wellmaker. So another reason why I get so triggered when I hear people that have bot projects, they're like, oh, we can't tell you the strategy or we can't show trades. Like, bro, like I can see exactly when it gets in and out. And I promise none of you will figure out the strategy because it's way more complex than that. But,
right.
So I started, okay, with $3,000 in this account. You see right here, 5385, 3K, and I use 5X leverage. I'm almost, dude. I can't wait. I'm going to make a big tweet when I finally ROI. It's been almost 7 months and I'm about to 100% ROI on this bot. So it's going to be really cool.
Dude, that's
I
amazing.
just wanted to highlight that. Yeah.
Very cool, man. And yeah, Don said 0.5% per day is cool. I agree, man. If you could consistently get 0.5% per day, that's incredible, right? Like you're probably, if you could consistently do that every day for a year or two, yeah, you'd be sitting pretty. Nate said, I've never seen Austin predict ROIs ever. Love that. But yeah, give me my 2% a day. Exactly. Don, with compounding for sure. Yeah. Cause if you're trading, you can compound, right? So, you know, when I was trading options contracts or just stocks and crypto and stuff in general, I always like dreamt like, man, if I could just get 1% per day gain on my portfolio, then in X amount of days, I'd be a millionaire, right? If I start with X amount of dollars. And that was always one of my strategies. But then I'd get, you know, I'd have some huge wins. I'd get overconfident. And then I start YOLOing into really risky stuff. And I'd lose my discipline and get wrecked. And yeah. So if you could consistently do something like that, 0.5% per day, it's amazing. I agree. Especially with compounding. Yeah.
Yep. Cyril makes like quadruple billion that. So it's definitely possible. You just gotta be disciplined. One thing I'm just showing real quick that I'm literally going through is the wins and losses of this bot specifically. So like I'm just check marking the wins. So I've went back in time all the way since 22 November and it's only took 2 losses. So
wow.
These little light greens are when it enters and it dollar cost averages up to 4 times. That's why you see multiples before the blue and then the blue closes. Fun fact about this too. So the Bread Bites team, the people that make this bread maker, he hired on this woman that is like, I forgot what her name was. Cindy. I think her name was Cindy. She is like an expert in machine learning. And they worked with the algorithm when they created, the different bots here, Cinnamon Toast being one of them, where, and again, this is way higher level than me, but they created a way that makes dollar cost averaging more efficient. And as you see, it's like deadly good. Like it bought right at the low of that wick, and these are sales here, selling off the profit. I mean, it's been dangerous. And they implemented that back in the early November. And as you see, it's been crazy.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, it's interesting to see the machine learning trading bots coming around. It's like, we see Chat GPT, what, machine learning has done there. You just feed it data sets and it just constantly processes it and optimizes, how it responds to that data. And people have been using that for trading for many years now and coming up with trading bots for Forex and other things. And now it's getting popular in DeFi and whatnot. It'll be interesting to see which ones are real, right? Like you showed me something. I would believe that that's actually really a trading bot, right? You showed me its entries and exits in real time, like all that stuff. And it seemed like it has somewhat realistic results. But I hear some of these people touting AI trading bots, throwing out crazy numbers that don't even make sense. If you make 2% per day in 2 years, you can turn $1,000 into $9 billion, right? Like,
yeah, dude, it's easy. Easy.
It's easy. And for those kind of things, I would just have to say that's so degen. Be careful. You know what I mean? Because probably not what you think. Now, Don says, what was the max drawdown for the bot?
Yeah, that's what I was showing here. So anytime if you look on Astrobit and you want to see the stats of their bots, you just go to Marketplace, click on the specific strategy. In this case, we're looking at Cinnamon Toast, the one I showed you I use. And this is a screenshot of the data. So right here from left to right, you'll see the net profit. I don't know what all this does is it shows like a scenario. If they were to put X amount, I don't know what they're using there. So this is the start date. So they're showing January to August. So this one isn't super up to date. But at that time, the max drawdown was 2.9. So this is with 1x leverage. So if you do 5x, that's 5. Let's just round that up to 3. So 15% max drawdown would be the max in this current time, which I would still say it's pretty accurate for what we're doing now because it takes a 1.5% take profit level. So if you multiply that by 5, which is the leverage I use, so all you do is you take 1.5 times 5, it's 7.5%. And that's honestly what I usually make. I make anywhere around 7 to 8% per trade if it wins. And then if I lose, I don't know what the stop loss is programmed into it. But, and again, see, I can tell you this stuff and you'll have these bot people be like, no, we can't tell you that. We can't tell you what the take profit is. You won't figure out the strategy. You will not figure out the algorithm. Or else Astrobit themselves wouldn't publish all this data.
Yeah. Interesting. I'm still waiting for those stable fund trades, I think. Did we ever get those?
Well, Dowking said he's seen them.
Really? Dowking, are you still there? Did you see them? And
the algo that's constantly adjusting the bot's parameters. That's the secret. Not too much.
Yeah,
how it works.
I said I want to see the algo that's constantly adjusting the bot's parameters. I'm assuming that's probably proprietary tech. Unfortunately, I used to be on some trading bot platforms called one was called Crypto Hopper back in the day. I don't know if it's still around, but that was 2017, 2018 when I first got into crypto bots, and you could buy people's scripts for their bots and then modify them, fork them, if you will, and do stuff like that. It was very educational. But yeah, a lot of these bots out here and their algorithms, most of them seem to be proprietary, and you'll be lucky if they even give you the external data points. If you're testing a black box, you know what's in the black box or how it works inside, but you can see how it's interacting with inputs and outputs. That's kind of the best we got, which is unfortunate. So at the end of the day, it's still a gamble. You don't know if in that black box there's the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, pulling levers and moving money around in a giant Ponzi scheme, right? That's what we're, fucking, excuse my language, but that's seems to be the biggest risk here. And then it's how long can that, man behind the curtain keep the thing rolling before he realizes it's about to collapse, and then he runs with the bag, right?
Yeah.
So
yep.
I know we're past an hour now, so let's wrap up these final questions here, because I know Allison, you've got a meeting here shortly. So Don said, so these were the bot results. Thought you were doing some manual trading. Also, how is that going? So what you showed us earlier was your manual trading mixed with some of the bot trading, right, Austin?
Right. So like I said earlier, I trade probably 90% from the bot indicators that send those alerts. And then the other thing that I
Right.
just showed you is a separate bot that I don't even mess with. Like it's just running. But no, I definitely do not have the same ROI as Cinnamon Toast. It's way better than me. it's killing it, dude.
Oh wow,
I have not almost doubled my trading account.
dude, that's wild, man. I still gotta check those out. I haven't messed around with them yet. But yeah, so the one that you say is your best performer's Cinnamon Toast bot.
Yeah.
And this is not a sponsored video, guys. For the record,
no.
None of this is sponsored. So I seriously am asking. Like, I'm not being like, so which bot is the best, Austin? Like, I'm not soft serving him a softball pitch type thing. But I seriously do want to know if I got into that project, you would recommend the Cinnamon Toast bot, right? Because I know there are a few choices.
Yeah, here I'm sharing my screen one more time because Croc was asking, is it just is it just a market scanner that's implemented? Because obviously that is the one thing that I do understand, because obviously if they release the algorithm, why in the world do we need to use their bots when we can just go hire a coder to do it ourselves? Like that's the secret sauce, right? But I mean, they even show you, and that's the reason why I became pretty good friends with the bread maker, which is the maker of these bots, is he talks to us all the time in the estimate chat. I pick his brain like the dude's a 10 plus stock options and crypto trader. Like he knows his stuff. So if you click this 1 minute time frame, it even tells you it operates on the 1 minute time frame, which is insanely low, right? That's it, because it's an ETH scalping bot. The one thing he does show is it works off the 1 minute time frame, and he loves to use the RSI. The RSI is the relative strength index indicator. So what it does is it measures the momentum of the market and the price action. So anything above, so like right here, anything above 70, that means it's super, super overbought. So you're probably going to maybe expect a little bit of a price dip to correct. And then vice versa. If you look down here, anything below 30, that means it's very oversold. So again, as you see here, the price took a solid dip. RSI was low, kind of corrected itself back up. So as you see on these trades, so this was an enter. Okay, so buy. As you line up that cursor, you'll see the RSI is very low. And you'll see that also, I don't know what that line is. Oh, that's the SMA. Yeah. But as you see here on the 1 minute time frame, when the price dipped, that's why you'll hear some people, they'll be like, oh my gosh, why is it catching a falling knife? Because it operates on a very, very low time frame, and you have to understand basic technical analysis on why the bots are doing what they're doing. And again, that's algorithms. You can't predict it. Go watch my previous video I just posted. It kind of explains that. But as you see here, it took this win because it closed it out when the RSI was super, super high. So it kind of operates off the RSI. Now, obviously, there's probably other little metrics they got programmed into it that they're obviously not going to tell us because that's the secret sauce.
Yeah, but, RSI is one of my favorite indicators. You just got to be careful with it. But for me, it's been pretty good over the years.
Yeah. One thing that is very good powered with RSI is if you do the moving average. This is just a little alpha for anybody watching here. So if you do a 200 moving average, I don't know why this, there we go. Set the length to 200. Okay, so this is the moving average for the 200 days. Why is it not changing? Oh, there we go. Okay. So this blue line, what it does is it acts like a magnet. Okay, so if you notice when you zoom out, let's go on a larger time frame because 1 minute is terrible to look at any data. Let's look at the 1 hour. So the price always wants to go back to the moving average, the 200 moving average. It literally acts like a magnet. When the price crashed here, you've seen that eventually it came back moving, and then vice versa. When it pumped, it came back moving. This compared with the RSI is what a lot of people only use, right? I mean, there's a million indicators out there that work for people, but this is a very basic setup that a lot of people find success with, right? I mean, you could even see here, the price pumped up tremendously. The RSI is very, very high. It's way above the 200. So we can at some point, and hold me accountable, watch the price action for the next couple days. Now, obviously, we're moving into the weekend where liquidity dries up, but watch out on Monday or Tuesday, whatever, when a new business day in the market opens. Obviously, crypto's open 24/7, but it operates very closely with the market. We'll probably see a little bit of a correction in Ethereum because the RSI is very, very high and it's hovering above 200 moving average. So at some point, it'll probably move back down and correct itself. And vice versa, we see here with the RSI being super low, it's way below the 200, and look at that, traveled back up and found the MA. So
yeah, I think that's great
information.
information.
Guys.
Yeah, for TA, I think that's some of the fundamentals right there that, you know, you can get super fancy with things if you want, but I think RSI and moving averages are basically the gold standard, and, you know, nothing's perfect. So you still have to use your judgment and take risk, but then you have risk management paired with all that. Now we have one question here from Don. Don asked, Austin, are you now full-time crypto?
Oh gosh, no. I don't think it. I mean, I know people they say full-time crypto, but I don't think crypto is dependable enough to be full-time yet. But I am a full-time, you know, just building businesses like what we're doing now with Cardinal House. I mean, that's taking up, I'd say 80% of my bandwidth other than doing YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, I will say I'm just doing all this different stuff is what my full-time job is, mostly from real estate. That's why I'm able to do that.
Wouldn't you count Cardinal House though in like the crypto sphere, you know, crypto realm?
Yeah, I would say that, but I would say what pays the bills and what allows me to do this is real estate. But I guess, yeah, I just, sure. I'm full-time.
It's a crypto business. It's a crypto business.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not technically trading or investing in crypto and DeFi stuff, but it's more of like a crypto business you're building, which I think there's just so much opportunity there. So I know a lot of people watching are asking, you know, how do you make money out here? And like Croc was saying, he's like, I got to make money. His vacation's getting too expensive and all that. I would say the best way to start is start creating businesses and play around in investing. If you're a killer trader or whatever, obviously capitalize on that, but do a little bit of everything. My thing so far has been just a content creator, right? Just creating this YouTube channel 9 months ago. I've created like 4 different revenue streams now that didn't exist before. And I used to be a content creator writing blogs, right? I've been writing blog articles for years, doing Amazon affiliate product commissions, and it's okay money. You know, never my full-time thing, but this YouTube thing took in like 9 months. I'm full-time doing this. You know, it's crazy. But that includes, you know, not just like trading and investing in this stuff, but that means like content creation. Like I'm getting paid. I do sponsored videos. I get Google ads on my videos. I get super chats, memberships, and Amazon affiliate commissions from like, I put the Amazon affiliate links for like the camera I use and the studio lights in the description of my videos. And I generate sales from that. I get a couple bucks from every sale at no cost to the end user. So it's a ton of work though, right? Like being a YouTuber isn't as easy, I think, as people think. And it's not as lucrative. At the end of the day, I'm probably making minimum wage, but I work like 120 hours a week on this. And, but the money coming in from those revenue streams is slowly growing. And soon I feel like it, you know, it's a trickle from all these different streams. And then soon it just keeps growing and snowballing until it's gonna, I see big things for it, right? So my advice for, not financial advice, oh geez, you know, if you're trying to make money out here, I would just say start putting out content, and anybody can do it. Like some of the best crypto YouTubers, I know most people here watching are crypto YouTubers or crypto enthusiasts, right? Crypto and DeFi people. You guys probably know so much about this stuff that millions of people could benefit from that information. Obviously, try to do it responsibly. A lot of this stuff is super sketchy, and it's like walking on eggshells and minefields out here. But people are looking for this information. And you don't even have to show your face. I know a lot of YouTubers don't show their face out here. So you can create videos. Now, the first like 3 to 6 months, you might not make a dime, right? It could be a slog where you're just putting out videos and nobody's watching. And I still have videos that don't get many views or live streams that nobody watches, but I just keep going. I always come from the mindset, I don't care if anybody watches my stuff, I'm just going to pump out content. And it's just grown and grown and grown. And now I've got like Patreon members and Buy Me a Coffee members and YouTube members. And I've got a Discord server now too, like Austin working with Cardinal House. I know you guys are more of like a premium Discord. Mine's kind of more like a super degen, like all over the place. Like we give away like $5 a month, bottom of the barrel, like lowest entry to that community. But yeah, start a business and take all that stuff in your own hands if you can, because then you can have some extra on the side to trade with and do some degen stuff. Austin, what do you think about that?
Yeah, man. I mean, we literally just talked about this morning on another podcast we're doing with Cardinal House, and this one guy, he came on, was asking us a question. He was just like, I'm still trying to find my footing, trying to find my niche. I want to do this full time as well, because he was still in his 9 to 5, and I told him, like, dude, start tomorrow, because one thing you will notice when you create content is you may try to strive for a certain niche that you probably truly don't even like. And the journey of just failing and creating terrible content is part of the journey of finding who you truly are as a creator. And when you have somebody, even just one person, when you get that first feedback of somebody that watches your stuff, they're like, wow, I like that, I resonate with it. Dude, that's your niche. And people like that journey. People like watching that journey of your evolution as a creator. That's just natural, pure entertainment in a world of artificial entertainment that's faked and scripted and all this. So it's true, genuine stuff. So anybody that wants to start, dude, just literally show everything you're doing. I filmed a video yesterday. It's not going to be the most sexiest, flashy video. We had a ton of things go wrong in both my personal business, Cardinal House business, my trading. I literally, like I said, I lost like $300. I was pissed. And it was one of those lows of the highs and lows of building a business and being an entrepreneur. And I'm showing that as well. And people really need to see that stuff, because that is you being transparent and showing that it's not all sexy, but they're kind of in it with you, watching the journey. So yeah, I mean, anybody here can do it. This isn't something special. Get a camera, get a phone, and just start.
I agree. And Taylor, I love you too, man. Thanks for joining. And everybody else, thanks for watching. I know Serenity, he's on his journey to go full-time YouTuber as well. Like, he's got the eye of the tiger, right? He's got his eye on the prize, completely replacing his job as an electrician to be a YouTuber because he loves DeFi. And Don asked an interesting question here. He said, thought YouTube only pays good if you get hundreds of thousands of views. That's only if you're looking at the ad revenue. And also, depending on which category your channel is in, the ad revenue can differ as well. Financial stuff has higher paying ad revenue than, say, a cooking channel or an animal sanctuary channel, right? I've thought of those things, and I guess what I would say is, yeah, you got to look for something that's profitable, but also something you're passionate about, and something that you can just keep working on, and something you're competent in, right? Or at least more than the average person. And it doesn't take much. You can even learn as you go and share that journey of what you've learned, and people will watch it eventually. Right off the bat, get used to nobody watching until YouTube algorithm figures out who you are and what your content's about. And then it starts recommending you after a couple months to the right people. Also network, talk to people, share your videos, get your initial following that way. But there's many ways to monetize a YouTube channel. The best way is sponsored videos. Get projects to pay you for videos, right? My business advice is don't shill blindly, right? If a project approaches you and says, I'll give you money, to talk about my project, like put some rules in place. Say I'm not gonna say like I'll only say my true thoughts and opinions. If I think this sucks, I'll say it sucks. Or if I think this is shady, I'll think it's shady, or I'll tell my audience it's shady. A lot of projects will walk away at that point, but the ones that don't, you might get a paying job that depending on how much time you put into it, you know, like I put so many hours in, like I said, sometimes it's under minimum wage, sometimes it's not, but that's the best paying way to monetize a channel, in my opinion, at least in this space. And then on top of that, the ad revenue is like a couple $100 a month, depending. And then the Amazon affiliate links for like the cameras and the lights that I probably make maybe $100-200 a month from that. Maybe, it depends. And then the memberships, I'm making maybe $150-200 a month for like $5 a month membership or whatever. And what else do I got right now? Yeah, so that's the main full transparency, guys. That's how I'm running this YouTube business, and I want to kind of share that with people because I want people to be able to like just do the same thing, put out content with the stuff they love to talk about, and then make a living from it. And I'm trying to figure it out as I go, and I hope everybody else can too. Like Serenity, he's doing it, man. I'm watching him walk down that same path I was just walking down a couple months ago. And it's really awesome to see him kind of, you know, flourishing out here and doing really great. And you can monetize a channel even before you get to 1,000 subscribers. I know a lot of people like, oh, you know, YouTube monetization, you need 1,000 hours or 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. But sponsored videos don't care about that. If you've got real people watching your stuff that are really interested in that topic, some sponsors will come and they might give you a couple $100 for a video. It might not be much with how much work you put into it. Might take you a couple days to get that, but it's something, right? And you can make a living if you're hustling and dogging it out here. Now, if you got a full-time job on top of it, it can be exhausting at first, right? But if you go full-time, shoot, it's still exhausting for me, dude. I'm working around the clock, Austin. How long do videos take you usually?
From start to finish?
Yeah, let's say you did a super in-depth video project, like not about, and I mean, video project is in, it's your own video that you like. Each video is a project to me. Some of them can take me like 60 hours or more.
Oh, mine doesn't take that long. I think it'd probably take me about an hour to scripts, hour to video. I would say 2 hours editing if I go all in on editing. And then I'd say about maybe 30 minutes on a thumbnail, 30-40 minutes making a thumbnail. So what is that? 3-4 hours? 3-4 hours.
No way, dude. Video. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, with editing and everything.
Editing's the longest. That's why I would say 2 hours per video would probably be editing.
Bro.
But I mean, I only make, 8 to 10 minute videos.
Yeah, I was going to say my last video was 2 hours, but I had 5 hours of footage and I cut out the most powerful informational sound bites from it and like pieced the video together in the best way I thought would be the most digestible for that for the audience, for that information. And it took me forever on top of like 5 hours of interviewing and all the research beforehand and coming up with all the questions for that AMA. So I guess it depends on your style of videos, right? If it's, and YouTube really does love those 8 to 10 minute or 8 to 15 minute videos. So if you can really knock those out of the park, you might actually be setting yourself up for good ad revenue.
Yeah. And Nate said, hey, Chat GPT, make me a video. Dude, Chat GPT is the most underrated content creating piece I've ever, oh my God. It helped me make, and obviously you don't just want to copy and paste the script and stuff, but like it'll give you a solid framework of anything. Like if you were having like a brain lock or whatever, dude, it's beautiful. I love it.
I think it's like a cheat code. I haven't used it yet for content, but dude, I tested it out one time. I said like, write me a a script for a YouTube video for this topic, and it was just like, brrr, it spit it out, dude. And I like looked at him like, that is good. Like, that's probably along the quality that I would write it. Like, it was really crazy. It made me sick, honestly. I wanted to throw up because I was like, oh, we're all screwed now. But and then we've got a couple year window now where we've got it as a tool that we can leverage for our own content before we're completely replaced. Now, the one thing they can't replace though is what we're doing right now, Austin. Freestyle, spitballing, you and me talking person to person. We're laughing. We have jokes. We have all these subtleties. We're interacting in real time with the community members that we know and are familiar with. I don't think the AI bots, when they get sophisticated enough, will be able to do all of that for some time still. I think they can parse a bunch of data on the internet from searches and whatever they have, and put it together in like a way that seems like a human wrote it and it's really good. But and then they can do the deep fakes, and when those merge, and then all of a sudden you've got AI deep fake videos of people that seem real, saying really good, useful information. And it's all put together in a very nice video. That's going to replace a lot of content creators, but the ones that are going to survive are the ones that keep it real, that have real conversations like me and you. We get on live, we show all of our flaws, we let people know like we don't understand everything yet perfectly. I don't really fully understand everything about this space and this business. I'm learning as I go, and I'm trying. The bots can't do that, right? I don't think they can fake that kind of realism, at least not for probably 5 years, 10 years. God, when that comes though, we better have secured our bags and have our properties paid off, right?
Yep.
Oh,
hey
my
man,
God.
I gotta get going here, but this was a really fun episode. I always love just looking forward to Fridays and talking about whatever, DeFi, money, and everything, right?
Yeah. Yeah, Nate says, dude, before we go, Nate said, I don't know, I bet Chat GPT can think faster than you. I totally agree. Chat GPT can do everything way faster than me. And that's going to be my secret sauce, as I'm going to come out here with my stupidity. I'm going to let you guys see I'm just human, right? Flaws and everything. And people will be looking for that as the value add than perfection and speed of processing when it's us versus the robot content creators. Yeah, Nat said it won't be personal enough. People crave that human interaction. And yeah, for sure. Parse collected knowledge faster by over 10 million times. Exactly. And that's the thing. That's why I think it's important what you guys are doing, Austin, at Cardinal House, building a community. And that's one of the reasons I started building my community too, is I want real people who like know who I am. I don't just want total strangers watching me on the internet. I get those views too, but I want like a core community that like when better content creators or automated content creation comes along, my community will still be there because we'll be friends, right? And they'll have that trust for me, and they'll know that I have like a human soul in here and not just like a emotionless robot deep fake AI thing, right? So, all right, you guys. Nat, thanks for tuning in, by the way. I'm glad you jumped in here at the end. Everybody go check out Nat Chat Discord. Nat's great. She's also a moderator in my community. She's awesome. Nate, Croc, all you guys, everybody watching, Serenity, Dirk, Don, Crypto Knight, Dow King, everybody that jumped in. Good Day Crypto, Sean, David, Chris, all you guys are awesome. Nathan, thank you for tuning in, keeping it real with us, and we'll stick together when the robot, when our benevolent AI overlords come to try to push us out. We'll band together, you guys. So Austin, hey, thanks for going 30 minutes over. Sorry if I made you late to anything, but we all appreciate your time, man.
No, you're good, man. Hey, I love doing this. That's what I signed
Me
up
too.
for, bro. Thank you, everybody,
Hey,
for sure. Have a good weekend.
Best time of the week, man. Have a good weekend, buddy. See ya.